Hi everyone, it's Tanya Lucille. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm glad that you joined in. I am going to be sharing with you today a health update. It's been a hot minute since I've been on YouTube. So grab a drink, pull up, and hopefully we won't have any distractions. So I have my dishwasher running right now. Hopefully that the sound works well and we don't have any issues with that. But I wanted to start out by talking about something that has let me down most years, and that is Christmas expectations. And I feel like with the holidays, every year I get let down by my own expectations on how I think things will go, just all of the details. And of course, this is just a temporary feeling that doesn't mean much in the end, or is definitely not the reason for the season. But this year I have been dealing with some health things, and my hip replacement is scheduled currently for February 2nd, but I actually am gonna have to call and reschedule for a different day because that does not work out with my husband's work schedule. He has something that he has to be out of town for, a conference, and it just isn't gonna work. So it will probably still be February because I don't believe that they were entirely booked up. That's happening, yay, which is good. But my diet has changed a lot since September. I have type 2 diabetes, and I've been dealing with that for many years. But over the holidays, I started experiencing dizziness and lightheadedness, and I would feel faint, and it kept me from doing a lot of things that I wanted to do and that my family wanted to do. And it's kind of scary when you feel like you're gonna faint. It's scary to drive a car. It's scary to just do the normal things that you do. So we stayed home quite a bit, especially when I wasn't feeling well. Some of this is related to, I won't go into too much details, but woman stuff. I'm 42. If there's anyone out there who has been through menopause, I'd be curious a little bit about what the start of that journey looked like for you. I don't know that, your 40s are a little young, especially the early ones. I think on average, women experience it in their 50s, but I also went off of birth control. I'm trying to get off as many medications as I can, and heal my body. That is the ultimate goal here. But so because I've been eating extremely low carb, I have that's one of the things I think that maybe I'm experiencing with my medication, because I'm still on metformin. But I've been checking my sugars, and it's frustrating because my morning sugars are still high, where my other ones are doing well. It's hard to work with doctors these days. When I went in for my checkup and my A1C and all that, they were already pushing another medication, Ozempic, and had been pushing it for a while, and actually wanted me on it, and I chose to just not start taking it. And before even getting my results, they were like, you need to be on this medication. They just doctors in general, the healthcare system just really push medication. And I'm not opposed to that. I know that we need it. A lot of people need it. And I've needed it to keep my blood sugar in check all these years. But there's so many different things that I have been learning that is making me question the whole process of some of the stuff. You know, I'm not a doctor and I'm not a professional in any way, but that doesn't mean that we don't have knowledge at our fingertips. And to be able to study nutrition today, it's pretty easy to find information and to read the same books that doctors read and to understand what the scientific process truly is when it comes to doing a medical study. Science, you know, it seems like every study that's out there, people are altering it to just get their results that they want. And, you know, that's not the scientific method at all. So much is compromised. But before I go into some of that, I do have good news, which is awesome. So the good news is that since September, I have lost 35 pounds and I've lost over 6 inches from my body. This is great news. I mean, it's what happens when you change the way you eat, obviously. I'm not counting calories. I am not counting anything. I am just watching my carbohydrates. And I'm eating a pretty strict diet for most people. But it's not about the numbers on the scale, although I do believe that I will hit one of my goals possibly in the first quarter of 2023, which is exciting, and that's to be under 200 pounds. So the Wonderland or 199, once I hit that, my husband and I have a special thing that we're gonna do to celebrate. But like I said, weight loss isn't entirely the goal. It's just a side effect. Feeling good is so important. And it scares me that I have gone so long feeling so bad and not even being aware of what it's like to feel good. Even though I'm still struggling trying to figure out medications and high morning sugars and things like that. But my A1C from September to December dropped from an 8.4 to a 6.8. So that's really good. Yay. My triglycerides, they dropped over half, which is really, really good. And it makes sense that those two kind of go hand in hand. My numbers are looking good, all that kind of stuff. So that's great. I mean, I'm feeling good with that. I'm going to share just a little bit, about what I'm eating. So my goal is, like I said, low carb, and I've really been doing a lot of studies into the world of carnivore. So if you're a plant-based person who thinks that meat is bad, we're not on the same page with the diet, and that's okay. But I'm not saying that all vegetables are the enemy, but I think that if you know who Ansel Keys is, he is the guy who did a study and basically created what we have made into the food pyramid, and how people eat, and how fat should be very, very little and carbohydrates should be very, very big. And if you really look at his research, it wasn't enough research for our whole entire system to be turned upside down. And the side effects that have happened since then actually are pretty bad. I mean, if you look at from the start of that until today in society, people are more obese. They're overweight, obviously same thing, but they are dealing with diabetes and heart disease and all of these things. And it's all fueled by money, unfortunately. And I think if you are awake in any sense of what has been going on in our world for the past many years, but even just the past few years, how much is controlled by government spending, money. The pharmaceutical companies are just, they're out to make money. And I'm not saying that taking medication is a negative thing or that doctors are a bad thing and everything can be healed naturally, because that's not, we know that that's not true as well. But we're forgetting and we're losing research on nutrition, and we're creating fake food. And it's so normalized and so pushed that you are a freak if you say, no, my kid's not gonna eat cereal that has red dye in it. And I'm not gonna feed myself that because it has sugar in it. And it's just getting harder and harder. I may be getting off topic. This is a little bit of a ramble rant, chat with me, whatever you want to call it. Okay, let me go straight into what I am trying to eat. Okay, so talking about my diet, I am eating mostly eggs and meat. All the meats though, I'm not just eating steaks, I'm eating chicken, I'm eating salmon, I'm eating some pork. I'm eating a lot of lamb and buffalo because we have a good amount of it in our freezer. Low carb vegetables. So, and those are in moderation as well. I am eating dairy. I try not to overdo the dairy. So I usually have some in my coffee, and this is the one plant that I'm still in love with. But anyway, if I give up coffee one day, maybe I'll try it. I'm not to that point yet. I'm also not to the point where I do not use any sweeteners, or I have not given up any sweeteners or sauces. I just am watching the carbs on those. I am limiting them. I have 2 cups of coffee a day, and that usually does the trick for me. So moving forward into this year, my goal is not weight loss. My goal is not, to look better or to try to, anything like that. My goal is to feel better. My goal is to heal my body with whole foods. I eat butter, and, meat and eggs. And I know that this is kind of weird for some people, but they're pretty complete foods in and of themselves when it comes to the nutrition and the nutrients. And there is research out there that proves that eating red meat does not give you heart disease or heart attacks. Unfortunately, our doctors are not taught that. Real nutrition, and there's always different cases. Everybody is different, and I'm not saying that this diet is for everyone, but I think part of the struggle is that when I look at the American Diabetes Association, the Mayo Clinic, sorry, this is kind of emotional for me, because if you go there and they tell you what a type 2 diabetic should eat, so stupid. Whole grains, fruits. I mean, these things are high in carbohydrates. These are what they're telling people to eat. And if you have diabetes and you're trying to heal yourself, it just doesn't make sense that these top places that I'm supposed to trust for my health are telling me to eat things that are not healthy. They're still telling me to keep low fat meats. It just doesn't make sense. And it's disheartening, and it's scary that, you can't always, it's just scary. I don't know. So one of the books I got for Christmas is called Lies My Doctor Told Me by Dr. Ken Berry. He's a YouTuber. He's on YouTube. He supports the carnivore diet. He supports the keto diet. And keto has been around for a long time. And, the first chapter of this book the title is Trust in God, Not Your Doctor. And I haven't started it yet, so I can't even review it, but I have watched his videos and he's pretty good. This was a gift. And I'm not even trying to put down my doctor, because I love my doctor. She's amazing. And, but I think she's also tied to the system in which she works, just like a lot of people are. So unfortunately that is what it is. But there's a lot of good information in here. There's a lot of research that supports eating meat and that meat is healthy. Processed foods that, take this for example. This is technically, obviously, a processed food, as is frozen vegetables. But if I look at the ingredients, it's organic broccoli, water, and salt. So I still consider this a whole food. That's me personally. You do you, obviously. Ultimately, I just want to feel good. I want to get off of all of my medication if it's possible. I want to heal my body. I want to heal my body through food. And I think that it's possible. I think that a lot of the things that people deal with health are because of what they eat, because of their diet. And I'm kind of set out to prove that my diet can cure my diabetes, and can cure my health problems. So that's all I have for you. Christmas let me down with recording videos, and I hope that as I continue, I'm gonna be able to keep doing some. Some of them may just be some simple conversations and sharing some things like this, sitting down and talking, especially after surgery. So stay tuned with me in the Word of God, in the kitchen and in the home. And Happy New Year's to everyone.